What's up, YouTube? It's your guy, Big Larry, and we are back with Slay the Princess Part 2. One thing I can say about this game, I'm really interested in, with the stories that we get from this game. I think there's something with the narrator, there's some importance to the narrator. But, what else? Oh yes, and I think I figured out a way to fix my mic quality, so hopefully this is better. I pray this is better. But yeah, so enough said. Let's just get started with the game. Oh, game.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her.
Yeah, we've been through this. And when you slay her, it'll be the end of the world, okay? End of the world, what are you talking
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
Mm-hmm.
No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
I think what I want to try to... I think we can purposely get on the narrator's nerves, I believe.
Don't linger on the specifics.
You
have
tell
a
me
job
not
to do.
linger on this.
Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
I don't like you because you're not giving me information on why we need to do this. Have you considered? Do you have anything?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
But I don't know why I'm here, though.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, my light. That's messed up. Have you considered that? Can someone...
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both, like I said, I don't make the rules.
Okay.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her and see.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
I'm actually curious. What?
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
What would I get if I just ignore everything that he tells me to do?
The interior of the blade is your implement.
Okay, let's just enter. We don't need the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice softly carries up the...
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay.
You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
sorry, I think I'm here to slay.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job, you've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Okay.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Okay.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk first. I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains. Let's just talk first.
Okay.
Okay. What's your name? I don't know anything about you for all I know. What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Okay.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness.
That's not a name.
Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
But that's not a name.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
That must be annoying. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Mostly
Okay,
everybody
that's
does
weird.
have a name. Or even if they make a name
She
themselves.
hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go
That
back
isn't-
upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
That doesn't mean you can't trust her. You have no reason. I don't know anything
Of
about
course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
you. Okay.
I don't actually
my
know
nose
what
itch.
that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I just want to keep asking questions.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think? What do you mean by you
I
think?
don't remember much about it, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
I've been down here for so long.
Okay, you've been down here
That's-
for so long.
How long has she been locked away?
Okay.
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No. I haven't told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me no, but I'm sure they no, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous. I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
That is also true. That is very true. You can have the ability to. That doesn't mean you can do it. I mean, that doesn't mean you're going to do it, but you can do it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
I don't know what to believe. For all I know, you can be lying to me too.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me.
I don't fully trust you though.
This is about how messed up this whole situation is.
It is a
This is
messed
my
up
life
situation.
we're talking about.
Indeed it is.
Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
I don't know, you tell me. Or the narrator tell me I'm just doing my job, lady.
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
But how are you alive?
Don't let her turn the tables here. This
You've been
isn't
lying.
about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
If I'm the first person you're seeing, what have you been eating or drinking? Yeah, that's a
I
good
don't see what
question.
that has to do with anything.
That has a lot to do with it, because how are you surviving?
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly
How
relevant.
is it not relevant? Because if she's been locked here for a long time, how is she surviving off of no food or water?
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Yeah. I'm okay, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed a while? I'm sorry, but you can't trust it. This doesn't add up. Risk on stairs. The truth, the knife. I can't believe you've been keeping. Can't believe they've been keeping you down here. I won't kill you. See,
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
yeah.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Oh boy.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon,
But
she will find a way
taking
out.
risk.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here.
Why the music stop?
It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
The tone of your voice, I don't like it.
But if you don't,
Oh no.
I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
We was having a cordial conversation. Why you gotta go crazy on me?
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
I don't like the music.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Oh, I'm just
Fine.
I'm going to get
Turn
some
your
water.
back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
I was just going to give me some water.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade,
Oh,
both
man,
yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down
She
the
not
basement
gonna be
stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Her hand is on the ground.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
She's gone, man. I think get off the rope, but don't you think we can
Oh,
start
you
over?
coward!
I'm not a coward. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to have a conversation.
No, I don't think we can.
Oh boy. See, I'm trying to.
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Oh,
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room.
I see
You
nothing.
don't see her. Where is she?
I don't feel like turning my back, so I'm just investing.
As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs.
How big was this basement?
You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead. She slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place. No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free.
With those parting words, the princess walks away. her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot.
See this?
You're stuck here.
See, this is what happens when you try to have a
Alone.
conversation and be a good dude.
It can't just end like this, right?
Nope, it's gonna end like this, but
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's
so you're
happened.
telling me we can't, like,
I'm sorry,
break this door with the
but
knife
it's
that we
over.
had?
You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes.
How did she stay alive?
The world ends, and you end with it.
3, 2, 1. Oh, I thought it was gonna... The witch? Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, has it? Okay, no, but I'm getting terrible sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Dude, he's a narrator. He can hear what we think.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
You can't... I don't think you can outthink the narrator who can hear your thoughts.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue. Bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with it.
Okay.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't...
Okay. This is someone telling the truth. Really did happen. Why would I listen to you? So I wasn't doing anything.
Those are two very different questions. If you're back, we were just
Okay.
weighing our options in a morally... I can if you fail to... And I believe...
Okay, I
what do you
just
mean?
just-
Yeah, if it's the latter. Do you think the people... That's a... You're laying it on a little thicker. Laying it on a little thick. What matters?
I was not expecting that.
Just be quick about it.
She killed me last time around. How can I make sure this doesn't happen? Well, she did last time. Locked me in the basement until I died. Don't get me wrong, I hated her, but how can someone like that in the world who locked her in the basement was this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I
Who's the
told you what this
people?
place is. It's a path in the woods.
If she was able to
Don't
escape
overcomplicate
herself-
things.
Okay, let's just... If people locked her in, why couldn't they slay her?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Oh, I always knew I
You're
was
the
special.
only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
I call it cat. But why us? What's so special about us? Because every single time I think we looked in that mirror, I couldn't tell what we were.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Oh boy.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
That's a good point, but it's like, why though?
Good point. That really explains almost everything. I'm not so sure about that. You know, you're right, but it explains almost everything.
Yeah. Okay, let's just proceed.
I've told you everything you need to know. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about it, I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So if we could move this along?
Okay. Okay, let's just go.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay, proceed to the cabin. So I guess we just continue doing
warning.
what we do.
Before you go any further. She will lie.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get...
Okay, let's just... It said the witch, so I'm guessing this time she's a witch.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a
not
chaotic
that bad.
weave of knotted wood
You just
that,
caught me off guard.
almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Small articulate. This whole cabin is different than last time. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up.
Okay, I'm taking the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Okay, enter the basement. I wonder what her voice is like this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath.
I'm childish.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Yeah, probably.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Skitters.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not gonna say what I was saying, what I'm thinking. I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy.
Is this the first time that she remembers us? I don't remember from the last video. Does she remember what we did last time?
She seems friendly enough. Maybe.
Oh.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
I do.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop
really like talking that
lingering.
much.
Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with them. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
What's stopping her from snatching the thing off?
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
What?
That's
No.
not fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
You guess or you know? Because I don't trust you.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us?
Well, no longer. The knife is
Just
no longer
focus on
behind
the
us.
task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Your world, but all it took is her to say that she remembers us, and now you're fully convinced. In your world specifically.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I'm sorry, Mama.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Oh, Lane. I was trying to have a conversation with you. You're the one who started tweaking.
Well, if you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Oh, dang. I get the sense that you're not happy with me. I didn't do it to you last time. You're the one who walked me away. Look, I know things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us. So we are at an impasse. Neither of us are gonna get anywhere. We can't trust each other unless you want to fight, but I don't want to fight. Can't you get out? Those chains didn't stop you last time. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
No.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but you could very well say...
I keep pressing the other button. Dang it.
See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Get the sense. We got a lot of different options. I like to be straightforward with you. My intention. I didn't care for how you treated me last time. I think you might be a danger to the world to attack you now. I don't trust you. Not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving you by. I didn't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. See, this is just a good look. No, let's not get rid of bleed. Explore, look, I know things got messy.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately you're the only one I have.
Okay.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Don't worry, the blaze.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
I kind of figured.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
If she could have broken the chains, what makes you think she couldn't break a wooden door? Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll
What
do
is she?
now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here.
She's gonna stab us in the back, but I'm
Well, if it
gonna take
doesn't
the
matter,
chance.
then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her.
I think the whole motive of this
We're
thing
armed and
was
she's not.
risk.
What's she gonna do? Bite us when we're not looking? You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
You first, clearly there's someone. What if I give you this? What's this stairs?
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
I'm not doing
You
that.
step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. You want us to turn around and kill her. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
But why do you know that
Can
you're
we
right?
walk
if you
backwards
didn't
up the
know?
stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
I'm trying to figure out
No.
what the narrator
The
is.
stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? What did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The prince, together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against...
The frog. You're a frog.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up?
Because we're dead.
I'm afraid your back is broken. One
It's
unlucky
spinal.
fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Wow.
We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here
probably
we are,
would've.
paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
Is her hand broken too?
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
All I did was ask you questions.
You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very
rude.
natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned where she'd turn her back on us and I'd say, "Now stab her in the back! Do it now!" And then you'd say something like, "Wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us." And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. Why didn't you tell us your plan before we agreed to go first? Because then you'd have had to lie to her. And you're a terrible liar.
Pretty
That's
much.
not... Okay, that's actually a good point. It would have been a good point if it had actually worked. But it didn't work. Well, it's not my fault that nobody listened to me. The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's not as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
No, you're just dumb.
She eyes you with intensity. silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
If you weren't being so dumb, we both could have left. But no.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. Look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Why ain't so
Is that
mean?
really what's going to happen then? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Oh, I forgot about the hands. But you don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave.
She's
on
gone.
his terms.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a... Why is it here? Why now?
Want
But
to
it
be
feels so
okay.
bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
No, we're going to approach it. I keep wondering, what are
I
you?
don't like that silence.
Voices for small distance and as you approach, easy to reflection. Silence as you reach for the bar. Once again, the mirror makes the move. What is this? You can hear it. Find yourself. Long, quiet moments again. Alright, the cabin, approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always heard the others. Doesn't that change?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Do you know what happens to the world we leave behind?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Others' desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me. What do you?
We will know when we near our destination.
That doesn't help. You can't be. What do you want? Bring you next time. Ready to go back?
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Bro, that sound keeps getting me. Oh my gosh. Okay. An untrusting vessel. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods,
What
and at
about-
the end of that path is a cabin,
we do have the option.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her.
We have the
If you
option
don't, it will be
not to go to the cabin. So don't know.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
If I'm in your position, I'll go. Yes, definitely good. One thing that matters is where I'm not going, the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yes.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Yeah.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
I sense a lot
How
of
convenient.
cat-
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Indeed.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Well, I'm not going to be mature in this moment. Me.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Well, I'm not going to the cabin. Oh yeah, well I guess I'll start walking a different direction again. In fact, I'm gonna just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this
There's
place.
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making
Why
the
the music
wrong
stop?
one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
I don't like how the music is about to change.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings,
no.
you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin.
I don't like this.
And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Dude,
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
yeah, pretty much. But if you have the ability to do this, what is making you stopping me from going? Unless he's like a certain being that can't control what people do, but he can control the surroundings. It's like Dr. Manhattan. Let me not be a nerd right now. I'm just play the game.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you don't. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
We have to be somebody very important because he can't control us. And he can't control the princess. Now I'm gonna be a nerd for a minute because like in like DC Comics, Dr. Manhattan reset the universe, but one thing he can't control is the nature of certain things. Like Superman, he can't control the Superman.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly
Oh, did I just skip it?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin,
Ooh, this is different.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting terrible deja vu. Oh no, you aren't good. For it now. I'm wise to your tricks. Gonna die. Those walls weren't here last time.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there.
No, they wouldn't.
It
No.
makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
So you're lying. Why does it have
If he
to
doesn't
be
remember
me?
what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
I'm getting deja vu, okay, no. But,
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Fine.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
I'm down to keep an open mind. I've been keeping an open mind this whole time. Last time I kept an open mind, it got me dead.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
There's a brick wall, there's a wooden wall, there's another brick wall. The floor is different. I don't like this. Is it because we were tripping last time? Everything weird.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths.
Oh yeah, that's
Its
actually
material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't think that looks brave.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? I have literally no idea what to expect, and no
I'm with the
idea
other
what
guy.
we're
Let's
dealing
not take
with.
the knife.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
You're saying princess like that's supposed to be threatening. Now, if you would have said we're dealing with a monster, okay. But you're saying princess. Princesses are known to be good. Well, not known to be good because you got some jerk princesses.
You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong.
Are we losing our mind?
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
But your fact is just saying she's a princess.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh ho ho ho! You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it. I'm not going to stop doing my job. So you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
My mic a little closer. Okay.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Okay. Can't say anything about me. It's not. Yeah. I feel like the voice said don't take the blade, so I'm not gonna take the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to
Yeah,
go
we're gonna lose our minds in this
no
one.
down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Why your voice like that?
No, thank you.
I agree with him.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Yeah. Take the harsh stairs to the left. Take the center staircase. Take the soft stairs to the right. You know what? I'm gonna take the soft stairs to the
You
right.
step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next.
That sounds
You barely
good.
have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go,
Why do it look like
deeper
teeth?
you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your
Oh, no,
toes
never mind.
digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. Soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss,
suffocating
pretending to save you from the
stairs?
cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
What the?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Why is everything
Physical
getting less
sensations
strong?
dull and then vanish,
Why are we
till
getting
the
some
only
demo
things
phase?
experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotion. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all,
Emotions right
an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
now? Okay.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Bro, why is he so calm?
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement.
Okay.
Don't forget why you're here.
I don't even know why I'm here. Well, I know why, but I don't know the reason for why I'm here.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit. Try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
She sounds scared.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
Okay.
She's so warm and friendly.
Okay.
It's deception. Don't buy into it.
How strange.
What the?
So, why are you here?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left. Until? It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever.
Yeah,
and then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
How are we not supposed to see something that we saw?
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
You can't technically unsee you tripping. You can't unsee you tripping. That's the crazy part. How am I supposed to unsee me
New plan.
tripping about
Let's
seeing the
see
same
if we
thing
can
over
make
and over
even
again?
more of her.
There's more of you now. What's your name?
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
I feel so sorry for her.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
No.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Where would we start?
We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
No. Try and free her. I don't know what you are. I can't trace it. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. I swear getting down here was weird.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now.
Oh, thank
But
you.
I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here.
I feel bad for
But
this
at
one.
least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? You're not really cut out for this, are you?
Nope.
Why are you even here?
I don't know.
But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. You don't think I'm some sort of monster, do you?
I don't think you're a monster. I think this was a monster.
About me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
Why are you so rude? I'm over here just trying to talk to you.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
Exactly.
Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
But why is it the one option?
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Oh, now you don't want to do anything.
Wait, that's not right.
I ain't repeat what it said. It was the only option. They give us two options.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her, leave her to perish.
This is when we fight her. This is when we got a butt kick. And that's crazy.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say?
Oh no.
I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
If everything is happening at the same time, it's the same as nothing happening. True. Because you can't focus on everything happening at the same time, so therefore, nothing is technically happening.
Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves
Before it all what?
falls apart.
Oh, snap.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Oh no.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her.
I'm so sorry.
I think how surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret,
You
isn't
think
it?
our actions had
Please.
consequences? It's gonna be okay. I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to fix that. No. You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. It's going to be okay. Never mind. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a... Why is it here? Why now?
Why now? I don't know. Of course, you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. I don't get this one. Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. Am I talking to him? I want to see
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. He's just messing with us. Right?
Approach the mirror, gaze into the reflection. Silence as you reach forward, they are gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. What are we? You're unraveled. What are we? Are we like a... Is there anything like a fallen angel or something like that? Because we got wings. You find yourself in long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
We're supposed to be there?
Do you know what we'll find out there?
Mm-hmm.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
That's deep. That's poetry right there. Do you have thoughts on this, Alyssa? Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I don't know. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does when I find him. I'm going to have answers. He does. When I find him, I'm going to kill him. How does... He does. But you're going to keep that. But you're going to keep that to yourself.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Do you know what's going to happen? How many more verses do I need if there's...
One.
Oh, we got one
Whatever
more.
you bring me next will be enough.
Hey.
And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final
I don't know what I just did.
multitude.
Don't question it. Just let me be. Let me be happy. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
That is also true. That was a dumb question. This is the last stage before you. I'm going to go back and
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time.
there's no waiting forever. If this is the last time, then would you like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Why do I gotta choose these decisions? I don't like it. Any thoughts on this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Okay. I'm ready to go.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Ready. Return.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Okay. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods,
Oh.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Okay. So I think there's one thing that we haven't tried. Do I get a reward? Do I get a
Yes,
reward?
but you'll have to slay her before.
Okay. Okay.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it.
Okay. You consider that maybe I'm okay. Okay, thanks for... Wait,
That's the spirit.
what if we just go ahead?
You make your way up the
Yeah.
short path to the cabin.
Okay, proceeds.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale. The blade is your
Okay, take the blades.
You take the blade from the...
I don't like how the music just stops.
The door to the basement. Her voice.
Who's there?
Who's there? None of your business.
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so... Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you...
Oh? No talking then? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason.
No,
So,
don't care what she's saying.
you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already.
Oh,
Okay.
this is it,
Oh,
isn't
well,
it?
just straight to the point.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming.
Did I do
But I
this the
have
first
to
time?
wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes,
So she knew.
even as she
couldn't-
lays there dying, she entirely believes herself. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over? Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You
I
did
do
kill
too.
someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a
But there
little
was no
bad.
reason.
But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilt. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door,
Uh-huh.
ready to return. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
Why?
Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness. What? How? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the...
Wait. No fries. This is great. Thank you so much.
What's done is done, and there's no going back now. I'm sorry you don't like your reward, but this is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months.
Uh-huh.
Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever. I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only... Do you hear that? It wants to take this. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to... Don't you dare.
I'll do it.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you.
Nope.
Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You
Indeed.
pick up the blade, you stab your... The end. Nice note.
Spectre. Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay.
Okay. See you to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. She won't.
She won't. We're just gonna do what we did last time.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air.
Okay.
Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows.
I don't think we
The
did
only
this.
the blade is your implement. It feels like I've been saying. She's dead.
We killed her.
We killed her all.
Is this the only one that we need?
You take the blade from the table.
Okay. Into the basement. I'm trying to think.
The
Did I
door
do
to the
this one?
basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creak. The room below. Nobody's here. As much as I appreciate the... I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Just wanna see.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
His tone of voice reminds me of somebody I can't think of right now.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from,
I knew that wasn't gonna work. She's a ghost.
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
You swing at the princess once more, and once more you're...
Really?
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, Keller. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me, all I ever wanted was to leave this place. Wherever home is.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to...
But I guess violence is the only language you speak.
She forces her hand into your chest. Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? And yet it didn't. You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what. The horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue,
Thought we had to play
icy,
this,
numbing.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor. You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects, but it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, Killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand.
Wraith?
You're on a path in the wood.
And here the deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it.
I am too.
Come on, let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer.
Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start?
That's what I'm saying.
That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work.
I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them.
Wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring? Not if they're creative with it.
Oh, you're still here.
So you've already been here. Twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the... Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves.
And why, pray tell, did you do that?
Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us.
That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending. The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, were you happy?
No.
Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful.
I'm sorry, that should not be funny. That should not be funny. Oh my gosh. I apologize.
It was boring.
It was bullshit. So you killed yourself?
Yes, and then she killed us.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real, and the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real.
It's only us two, and you're a narrator.
Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. Why should we help you? So you can just lock us away forever again? No, I don't think so. Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise. Oh yeah, sure. That changes everything. I mean, he did promise. And you believed him?
All this standing around and talking is boring.
I'm
Let's at
agreeing
least
with the
do
call.
something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Now, wouldn't that be something?
It would. I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
Thankfully, you all aren't the ones actually making the decisions, are you? You know what you have to do. You have to slay her. You have to save the world. Don't play by his rules. Everything is rigged. Everything is changing to whatever's convenient for him.
They're just talking to me.
Even the woods are changing. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading. And the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really should have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job.
We've killed her and been killed. Neither of those things have gone well for us. If we were going to eventually we're going to play her out. Might as well do it.
You're making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping to those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that there is a convenient.
Blah, blah, blah. There's something else we haven't tried. No, we tried that.
You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before your step. The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free.
Same.
Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what
It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns off.
Would you look at that?
We take it however you will.
Okay. I won.
The interior of the cabin is long and dark.
There is no doors.
A single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. The only furniture of note is... That's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us.
That's
I
crazy.
suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will.
Let's pretend there is a mirror at the end of this hallway. Right now. We can't see behind it. What's there?
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement. The way to the basement. Don't you mean door? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening. What are the odds she's waiting for us right behind it? If I were running a bullshit factory, that's what I'd do. Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you. Certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement. He can't see the mirror. The knife is gone, defying his expectations. Who the hell is calling the shots here?
That is a good question.
Nobody is calling the shots. That's how reality works. You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits.
We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than
I
others.
accidentally clicked
feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over.
I agree.
You stop
much
as
as
you
I do
reach
like
the end
this
of the
game.
hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. Here we go. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Shit. Where is she? You
Well.
feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a
Yeah,
beat,
yeah.
standing in muted shock
that ain't
for
make me
one
feel
long,
right.
frozen moment.
Nope.
And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
I didn't even get a chance to talk.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with a terrifying visage of the princess.
How you
Her
look
hand
worse?
grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin
on my
hard,
feet.
jagged
What
from
am
ear
I?
to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. I thought maybe you'd see what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over.
Alright, first of all, I only did it once, okay? Wait, technically I did it twice. I did do it twice. So you're incorrect. You said over 3 times. I only did it twice.
Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse.
I'm about to say you definitely look a lot worse.
So, here's
You've
how this
seen
is
better
going to go.
days.
I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different.
I agree.
Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
Before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade? Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Great. See you in a jiffy.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges.
How you have
Her
a upper
proportions
body but
all
no
wrong,
like
limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy
No
your
stomach.
understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh
How does she
angle.
have a neck if she's dead?
Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this.
I
You
mean,
don't
I
even
don't know.
have a weapon. So I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up. Are you seriously trying to blame this on us? Your vision fades as she tears. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You
Get on up.
so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out.
Oh.
I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it. I'd beg you to resist, but you've already surrendered your will to her, haven't you? Anything to get out of this hellhole. It's a new experience. You should try being possessed sometime.
Hey, yo.
There's nothing else like it.
There's nothing wrong with facing your mistakes. I'll remember that. But I'll also never forget what you've done.
Your body inches along the corridor,
every step more difficult and painful than the last. Your joints stiff and unresponsive, the shattered bones of your ankle grinding ceaselessly, as if they're fragmenting, then reforming, then snapping all over again as you make your way towards the outside world.
Forget everything else that we've done. Did you need that many souls? You could have just stopped at 3.
But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer. If anything, it's getting...
Doesn't matter how long this hallway is. I will drag this body till it is a piece of meat and feathers. I will be free.
Please, just let her out.
Yes, let me out.
It's pointless, isn't it? I can't stop her without you, and you'd already given up by the time we met. No, screw that. The hallway gets even...
You satisfied me into submission. The door is right there.
It really is, isn't it?
So you can control the surroundings.
I place your bloody hand on the door. I make you twist the handle.
Isn't saying all of this his job?
He is gone.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? I had a feeling you could deal with him for us.
I did nothing. He dealt with himself.
Okay.
This is it then. The big moment. I just hope it's a way out.
The handle clicks as we push forward. The air is different here.
A passenger, when taken against your will, witness your enemy's freedom. But as you step outside the bounds of the cabin, you feel another violent tear and rending that cuts all the way down to your soul. You are once again separated from everything that you had. Nestled in the deep crevices of your body from everything that isn't you.
We're us again. How interesting. We actually won, didn't we?
What is happening to me?
But you didn't answer. But you don't answer her before she's gone.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again.
Okay.
But it feels so bad. It's going to do something to us. You don't need to comfort them. I don't like that.
You're not seeing anything at all. Is that a bird? That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see a figure, faint and real beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
Oh, so you're Crow? Crack slice down the center and explain the image. And then another crack forms. And another. Turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're... Oh, so this is the narrator.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Okay.
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
Oh, that was a bad question. you something
No,
else.
I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
That was a cop out. Prison, you said that. Prison, you said that. So, what is I make you something to. If you made me, then what am I? I wasn't supposed to see all this. What did the princess do?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
So I'm the long one.
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
Okay. Okay. Are you, or were you, or are you?
No. In life I was painfully mortal. A witness to the end of days.
Okay.
I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you.
Okay.
And I made her.
So you did make
And I made this place to hold you both.
For why? But why? Why would you want to rid the world?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
No. See, that's the problem. Pretty sure. Courtney, even. Who cares about? I'm definitely honest. You made us out of what? Iron Period.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grant.
I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. So. I'm not.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up.
But that doesn't make sense.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away.
So this is one potential ending. This is one potential ending so far. Because this has to go somewhere. Okay. What the heck was that?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Well, obviously I can see you because you're just bright. My goodness.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Miss you too. Do you know about the world that you hear? Conversation. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him.
I don't really know what that means.
Names are their
nice.
attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
It's shifting around. What happens
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this falling on me? This is, if I let you out, entire world ends for good. I can't do that. Explore. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked? There has to be another one. I told you. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What do you mean? Bro.
Flesh is a vehicle. And to destroy the flesh is to strand the spirit. With violence you stranded me. And with violence I sought to twist your flesh back into mine.
What's your problem?
Resist my violence, but it overcame you. Did you understand the flesh wasn't you? Or did you choose to gift yourself to something flesh? To fear me is to fear losing the flesh. The flesh is not the spirit.
Okay. I hope you're not fear. I'm not afraid. This is why I was listening now. I fear you now. No. Set you free. I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear. The masses mold you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again.
Strong music.
And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
I can understand them. Seem to be sorry for what I did. It doesn't matter how I feel. That's something shameful about this. I need to trust me. I get it. I do get it.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words.
It's like a double-edged sword.
The final piece lies with you.
This makes you really think, though. Free yourself. Eliminate. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel a sensation. Limbs you're once ago. Sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her is you. You feel your wings. So we did have wings. I ain't read it. You feel the glass cage pressing, confining you across infinite sides and angles. Push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
I love you.
These are bold words. Why are my hands so small compared to hers? All at once, unyielding tension breaks. This is the most hopeful thing I've seen throughout this whole game. You are free, and she's with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is.
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
This music is actually good. You and she steps forward. 2,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are. Oh snap! I like turn. You exist and you are aware, just as you have seen. Oh, just as you have always been, and just as you always be. No conflict in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Created by Tony Howard, Abby Howard. Oh, this is a very good game, I ain't gonna lie. Oh. This was a very good game. I actually enjoyed it. So is that the ending? Yeah. This is the ending. Thanks to all little creatures into the snake. Oh dang. Access to everything. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, is the track or a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can. Access to everything. Okay, take everything to right under. Shift now. Oblivion. So are these different things? Oh no, these songs. I can't read. Oh wow. Well, how long have I been playing this? An hour and 50 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. So that was a good game. I really don't know what to say. It was a game that made me think, and I actually enjoyed it. It was something different. But yeah. I just want to say thank you for the people who watched these two videos. And I appreciate y'all. And I hope God bless y'all. And peace out.